Hey everybody, gonna be doing something different. I'm actually this is actually inspired by my friend Cody. He lives in Japan, and half in Japan and half here in the US. He started kind of vlogging his journey out in Japan, and it kind of inspired me to do the same. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be installing Corolla JDM headsets or headlights, and probably wondering why it's so special. It kind of looks the same, but JDM headlights actually have an amber delete, and there is a brighter LED that functions as the daytime running lights. Now the USDM one actually has an amber. This one is tinted, but the daytime running lights actually is a little small bulb, and the boomerang, LED boomerang, which is not really an LED, is actually very dim, and it only really runs as, you know, when the headlights are on, or it kind of functions as the turn signal. So that's kind of the difference, and a lot of people will be like, okay, well, JDM headlights, you know, the beam direction is probably going to blind oncoming traffic. The good thing about this is that you can actually adjust it to make it lower. People don't really know that, but you can. Typically, yeah, it might kind of shine kind of higher, like onto incoming headlights or incoming traffic, but you know, you can actually adjust it. So I'm going to be doing that. And probably take this apart. Take most of the front end apart on this car. But this is my GR Corolla. I figured, you know, start documenting some of this stuff, and if you guys are interested, you guys can take a look. Always, if you guys have any questions, you can always ask me. This is the first time doing this, so I apologize. I'll probably just do a lot of the editing later on. But yeah, kind of a basic GR Corolla, one of the mill GR Corolla, nothing too special. Nothing too special. Don't really have a hood prop. Gotta make one for that. This is an aftermarket carbon fiber hood. So yeah. I guess kind of the bad part about this is that even if I have to get underneath the cooling plate, I have to remove this part of the intake, and it looks like kind of wobbled out of place. Now it's interesting because I still need to do some of the adjustments here, because this intake is actually not part, this half pipe right here is not part of this specific intake. So I gotta do some adjustments to this. Anyways, I'm used to taking things off pretty easily and pretty quickly. I am gonna move these headlights over here. And then I'll kind of get to them later. Yeah, I might actually swap out my new bumper. This bumper is actually a little bit worse for wear. It's kind of some broken tabs. This bumper's taken quite a beating, so might be swapping out this bumper pretty soon here. Might do it here, but I'll try to finish this up. Anyways, so got all the bolts underneath out, got the tow hook out. Now my car is a little bit different. A lot of the tabs are kind of taken off. I don't really have a vent. I think underneath this you have to take out the fog light connectors on each side and one connector in the middle. And then the bumper should just slide right off. I think I've taken this off a bunch of times, and so at this point, like, you know, most tabs and stuff like that, because of my tire and wheel size, is kind of aggressive, rubbed off some of it. So now I'm just gonna take most of this off. I'm gonna make sure that I don't break the fog light connectors. There we go. Now, my car is heavily modified. I have a bunch of stuff done to this, and I can kind of go over it really briefly. And there we go, in here, there it is. That, and voila, bumper's off. Kind of wish it was a little bit easier to get off. I think I'll do that someday, but I'm gonna move this aside, get to the headlights. And maybe, since I have the front off, I'm gonna start swapping things over, but for today, just doing the headlights. I'll record the other stuff if you guys are really interested in doing it. And man, that took the wind out of me. Oh. All right, so headlights should be pretty easy as far as I know. You just gotta do one bolt here, one bolt here. I think there's another one should be on the side or something. Gotta double check. I think I use this bolt, bolts into the headlight to the side bracket. Yeah. Ooh, fudge. Okay, that's not good. Took off the threading in there. Gotta take that off. Oh, another one in here. Make sure this is taken off. Sweet. All right, so there's a clip right here that I need to unclip. So I'm gonna put this back. Gonna release that. There we go. First headlight is out. Put this aside. Second headlight out, and voila, headlights are all out. So next part should be pretty easy. Headlights go back in, and yeah. All right, so the important part is that in America we have these little LED modules. Not really the ballast. I think it's actually labeled a LED control unit that actually turns on the LED stuff in the headlight itself. The ballast is actually inside the headlight. Like, I think it's located in here, but JDM ones actually have this. Now it plugs into here, controls the LED. Hopefully you can see it on the camera. There we go. and that is not interchangeable with the USDM one, which thank God, because the USDM one is ridiculously dim. Anyways, so there's 2 parts. These are the part numbers. One goes on each side, and it is side specific. I believe you can get these. The gasket comes with it, but I also ordered a set of gaskets just in case. But it's already a part of it. You can just plug it in, put it in there, and then there's these T20 security screws that you can just bolt right in. And I'll get to that really quickly. Yeah. Make sure it all connects first. Go. And it just slides right in, and then twist and lock. There you go. Same thing at the other side. Spin this puppy around and do the same thing. So, I mean, it's not completely plug and play, but it's pretty close to it. Here we are. Let's plug this puppy in. Saw a mosquito. I will find that thing and kill it before it devours me. Anyways, all right. So security screws right here. Bought one, but that should be good enough. Yep. So that secures it, and we are good. There we go. Gotta mount this puppy on. There we go. I believe I have to unzip tie one of the connectors, but I'm gonna go test fit it really quick. See, make sure I know which one it is. So, anyways, overall pretty simple. You gotta bolt everything down. Make sure it clips on. I believe this clips right here. Down here. Now I don't know what this ones are. I looked at a few of my friend that actually did it, and his is not on. So I'm gonna assume it's a Japanese thing. This is, I gotta zip tie this out of the way. There. So I actually put the USDM headlights back on, and I wanted to show you guys the difference. It's hard to show like on camera because I believe how camera picks up light still kind of shows brighter, so hopefully it'll translate a little bit better. I believe the LED logic on this is a little bit different. So instead of daytime, like the JDM ones have daytime running lights as the boomerang, but the USDM one actually doesn't. If you have your parking lights on, then yes, it'll illuminate, but while you're driving, it doesn't. So let me show you. Okay. So here's the JDM one. It's actually very bright. It's actually blinding me right now in person. And this is the USDM one. Can't tell. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's actually very dim. And I can see it. It's just really diffused right here. So, versus this one. And this one obviously has the amber. I'm not a big fan of amber. That's why I kind of stealthed it out. And I know US DOT standards are you have to have amber, so it deletes it, gives it a really clean look. Kind of goes with the theme of the car. But yeah, there you go.